All right, just doing a check. Can y'all hear us?
Yep, I can hear you.
Sweet, sounds good. As always, we got 15 minutes allotted for post-match media. We're recording on our end, so we can make sure to send out the recording once available. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we'll call on you in the order that those hands are raised. You have the opportunity to ask a follow-up when it is your turn. With that said, we can go ahead and get started with whoever raises their hand first or whoever unmutes first. Uh, Looked like a tie, so I'll go with you, Scott.
Uh, Nina, I know you're pretty new to this team, and this is a tough result today. So, just as you're starting to get settled with this club, like, just what can you take away from this today, and just your reflection on how you're fitting in so far with the group?
Yeah, today was definitely a hard game. I think, yeah, we just need to take some time and reflect on this as a team. And yeah, we should take some time to think about it first. We're high in emotion now, so we should take some time.
Go ahead, Melina.
Thank you. Hi, Nina.
Hi.
Since since you're pretty new, like Scott said, what are your general impressions of the league so far? You play one game at home, another away. So can you tell me that?
Yeah, compared to what I'm used to, it's definitely a more transitional league. It's a lot of athletic players, I think, a lot of fast players, technical players. So it's definitely a bit faster than what I'm used to. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
We do have a question from Leo who can't join us virtually, but Leo from the Willamette Week, he said, Nina, can you speak to adjusting to the physicality of this league compared to where you previously played?
Yeah, it's definitely hard and it's gonna take some time, I think, to adjust like completely. But yeah, I'm confident that I will adjust. I have a lot of help from my teammates, a lot of help in the staff, and yeah, I think it will take some time, but over time I will get used to it. Yeah.
And then he had a follow up. It said, if there's anything that surprised you from these first couple weeks just being with the Thorns and the NWSL, that could be anything in the league or off the pitch, maybe being in Portland, etc.
Well, it's definitely way more like there's way more attention for the league than what I'm used to. I don't know exactly the amount of people that were in the stadium last week against Gotham, but yeah, that's definitely something I've never seen before. And yeah, I've never played for that much people. So yeah, I was really surprised with how many people are so interested in the league, how the supporters, yeah, they are just so enthusiastic, and happy for us when we play. They support us so well. So that was something I was very surprised by. Yeah.
All right, Scott, I see you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that support and the crowd. I mean, what were the things that made you want to come over to the US to play in this league? Was that sort of part of it? Did you know that this club had that kind of big crowd and support like that? And was that part of why you wanted to come to the US?
Yes, definitely. They definitely told me about their supporters in our first conversations because they are very proud of it as well. And yeah, that just yeah made me very excited to come here, especially because I'm not very used to that. And yeah, what else that got me motivated to come here is that it's a real challenge for me. I think it's really out of my comfort zone, and I think that's something I really needed in this part of my career right now. Is that yeah, challenge, get out of my comfort zone to become a more complete player.
Go ahead, Melina.
Yeah, thank you. And Nina, speaking about this game in particular, what did you see regarding the struggles and maybe some miscommunication the defense had in this game? Do you have any opinion about where the problems could be? Thank you.
Um, um, I'm not very. I don't. How do you say? I. Um, Wait. Let me think how I say it in English.
Yes, yes, no worries.
Yeah, I can. I don't think I'm in a position to like speak about that because it was my first game, and I think also right after the game, it's easy to blame and get in your emotions. So I think we should really just watch the game, like watch it back, and then reflect as a team. Because I don't think I'm in the position to like give an opinion yet because this was my first game. Yeah.
All right. Any other follow-up questions? Go ahead and take that as a no. We'll be back with Sam or Robert. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dina.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I got Sam Hyatt. She's just grabbing her phone and her water. We'll be here shortly.
All right, guys, I got Sam for you. Just a reminder, maximum 15 minutes is allowed for our post-match press conference with each player, recording on our end, so we'll make sure to distribute after the recording. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and you have the opportunity to ask a follow-up when it is your turn. That said, we can go ahead and get started with whoever raises their hand first or unmutes first. All right, go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, Sam, I know it's one of the toughest results you've had since you've been here. So just can you give some thoughts on just what kind of went wrong in the second half and where it got away from you all?
Yeah, I think it's the toughest result, at least in recent history that I can think of. I think it's just really disappointing. I think there's not one moment or person or player that was the cause. I think just across the board, we really need to take a look in the mirror and learn from this. I think there are a lot of lessons that can be learned, especially obviously as a defender. Conceding that many goals always hurts and is not what we want. So I think, looking at that but just looking at everything from the team, from the back to the front, what we can be doing better, because clearly a lot of things went wrong. And so we just need to learn from it.
All right, next question, whether it's Melina, go ahead.
Um, sorry, is it my turn?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I didn't listen properly.
No
Hi,
worries.
Sam. Thank you for your time. I just wanted to ask about the miscommunications and breakdowns that the team has been suffering from lately. What do you think it needs to change for the defense to improve? Because it has been kind of a recurring trend of late. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that's when something is recurring, I think that's especially a problem that we need to look at. So I just think it's a lot of things, though. I think we need to communicate more, as you mentioned, but also we just clearly need to work on our defending of crosses and our defending in the box, because now that's been a couple of times that we've been punished on that. And so that is a moment where we all, like myself included, especially the defenders, need to just hold our hands up and kind of look at that and again just do the work to improve that, because as you said, it's now been a couple of games where we've had issues with that and gotten punished. And that's the thing with this league, because every team can and will punish you if you give them the opportunity, especially in the box. And so we need to fix that.
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, and there's been a bit of a pattern on the road where you've had the lead, I think, for the last five road games and had all of them turn around on you, and you've managed the first maybe 20, 30 minutes of these games okay. And then something kind of starts going wrong after that. So what do you think you're doing well early in these games to get leads, to manage them, and then how it starts to kind of break down from there?
Yeah, and I think that's definitely a discussion that we need to have as a group and kind of talk about that. But as you've mentioned, now there's been a couple of times where we start well, get a goal, or even if we don't get a goal, but just start well and are playing well, and then something happens, whether it's a moment, whether it's in the first half or at some point in the second half, where the game kind of flips and all of a sudden we're on the back foot and not in control of the game anymore. And I do think that's something that we need to take a look at, because we're a good team as well. I don't think like our form on the road should not be as drastically different as it is at home. Yes, we have Providence Park and we have amazing fans and the energy we get there is great, but at the same time we need to hold ourselves accountable because we do have the quality to be winning these games on the road. And I think that's what's also can be frustrating in these situations because we have to tip our hat to the teams that are punishing us and scoring goals and getting points off of us. But at the same time, I think a lot of the issues we cause ourselves, which I think again is just frustrating because on the one hand we're giving those opportunities away, but on the flip side we should also be able to fix those moments, and if there are things, those are things that are within our control, that is good because if we can figure it out, then we can do better in those moments. So I think that just leads to, being frustrated in the moment, but there are things that we can learn that would have a big impact and help us to do better on the road because I firmly believe we are capable of winning and we can get points on the road, even though we haven't been.
All right, any additional questions? Take that silence as a no. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Be back
Thank
in a
you,
little bit.
Sam.
All right, guys, got Robert coming in the room right now.
All right, just to avoid sounding like a broken record, we'll go ahead and just get this started again. As a reminder, raise your hand and we'll call on you in the order that you appear. If you have your hand raised and it's your turn, you have the opportunity to ask a follow-up. That said, we can go ahead and get started. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Robert, I know this is probably the toughest result since you've been here. So just what do you how do you assess this one and what do you take away from it?
I think if you break it down to how we play and create chances and so on, we're still okay. Like I think we create a few more chances where we could have scored. We could have done 2-2 with Sofia as well. The problem is that we defend and we don't defend good enough. Is far away from good enough. I think we considering 5 goals. Okay, they have a few more chances, but it's not too many more. But how they score the goals in our box, it's not good enough. And I think I need to look at how we do that tactically. I need to see how we train that because this is not good enough, and I need to make sure we get better. Otherwise, we're going to struggle a lot of games.
Any follow-up, Scott?
Yeah, is that something where you think you need to shuffle personnel, or is it just tactical preparation? I mean, what are the things you're looking at there?
I mean, it's tactical and collectively how we do some phases of the game. I think if you look at the first half, how we defend in the block, how we close the spaces, how we don't really get them into the penalty box. We can defend. We have players who can defend, and I think we nail it most of the time in the first half. Then they score on on our static build where we kick long and we don't really have the right shape for that. So then they get 1-1. But I mean, overall in the second half, we are giving them the space and they can execute very, very, very easily. And I need to look at that again. I need to look at the game again, but we should have more people in the box when the cross is coming. We should block this cross more with more people. And that's obviously something I need to go through and make sure we can improve on, because all the players we have in this team can defend and they are good at it. So we just need to make sure we can find a good way to improve that, because that's my job and I need to be accountable for that. So that's on me to make sure we improve on.
We're going to go ahead to Melina.
Hi, Coach. Tough game. I wanted to ask you about the struggles maybe you have seen in central defense, because center backs seem to be targeted by the Utah Royals throughout the match. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, one point of the game is that Utah is absolutely a very good team, and they have a lot of people up there to compete against us. And today they were stronger in many of the duels and many of the situations. So that comes from one, tactical, how we can make sure we are +1 and make sure we can defend better. Two is also how we can make sure we are smarter, better to win the duels and be better in those situations. And I think I need to look at it again, because I can speak about emotions now, but we definitely need to make sure we have a better structure in the crossing and box defending pieces. And we also need to make sure we help each other to how to take your player and make sure you don't they got free space in the box basically. So but I need to look at it again, because this was not good enough.
Any follow-ups from you, Melina, before we come back to Scott?
Yeah, and one more. This was the first start for Nina. What can you say about her in this game, and what makes her different from Cassandra? Can you point out what are their main strengths? Thank you.
Yeah, I would say she's a little bit more attacking midfielder, so she's obviously playing in a lower position, but she's very good to carry the ball and actually to run in behind sometimes. She's very technical in a way where she can pass people with the ball and that kind of things. She's a little bit more experienced than Cassandra. She played in the Dutch national team for a few years. She's been playing quite many years in the Dutch league, so a little bit more experience, a little bit more attacking midfielder, but they are doing different ways when they play, and we're going to use both, of course. But I still think that Nina actually had a decent first game. Yeah, definitely.
All right, Scott, before we come to you, we did have some questions submitted via Leo, who can join us virtually. Robert, he wants to know, he said obviously there are ups and downs throughout a season. What plans do you have in place to manage this slump, and how are you having to adjust those plans for said slump?
Yeah, I mean, once again, I came into this season without the preseason, and we had a really good run in the beginning, and everything was, wow, we are good, everything was working well. During this journey, you're also learning a lot, and I think right now we are learning that we have things we need to work on. And for me, it's like, it's not how we play, how we attack, because I still think we score goals and create really good chances. So that's not the problem. The problem is how we react or act when they break the line or they hit the long line behind us, or how we defend the box or how we block the crosses. I saw stuff from that last year, but I mean, we have still not actually improved, especially away games. We haven't improved. So we need to make sure we work more on training. We need to give more tactical advice and give the players more room to have a success. And that's on me. So I need to look at that, and I need to make sure we work on that already now until the Boston game. Because if we're going to defend like this the last 30 minutes, we're not going to win any game in this league. So, but overall, we are getting exposed because of learning during this season. And that's fair to say as well. And I need to learn quickly, because otherwise we're going to drop lower in the table. So I need to learn quickly. I need to make sure we are very good to come back from this. I think this was a knock. I think Utah was good, but we were not good. And I think we need to, come together and say, like, we don't point fingers at anyone individual. We need to go to ourselves. I need to go to myself, and then next week we need to improve. That's the honest truth. And I'm going to be honest I already been honest with the team that I can do better. They can do better, but I can definitely do better. I'm going to make sure I prepare them for that.
And then Leo's last question, he's asking about the Hyatt sub, Isa, making her first appearance in a couple weeks. What did you hope she would bring into the defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely hot day today, and we were fighting well in the first half. We were planning to use the roster today because I think fresh legs. We have such a good, competition on each position. So I think there was my feeling was that maybe bringing 3 good players in that phase was something that could help the game. Obviously, we consider 2 more goals, so I need to look at that as well. But overall, I think you cannot go to an individual player this game. We need to look at the collective stuff, and then we need to improve every player. But the plan was to use the players we have because it was extremely hard to play this game.
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, Sam Hyatt was talking about, saying that the team shouldn't be there shouldn't be as much of a difference as there is between playing at home and playing on the road in terms of the quality of the play. And how much of that do you think could be mental, of just not being comfortable for some reason on the road, and like how do you manage that part of it beyond just the tactical part of it, the mental block that can come from having poor results on the road over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, we don't hide it from it. We speak about it. That's one thing that you have the evidence in the results. So I think don't hide away from them, but don't make them too big either. I mean, we have lost, is it 5 games in a row now in a way, and we haven't lost at home. So that's the truth, right? But then it's a lot of logical reasons with the artificial grass, with the home fans, with not traveling. When we're traveling here, it's altitude, it's the heat, it's the grass. You can blame all of that, but I'm not a coach who want to blame that. I want to make sure we can compete in every game, and I think we need to make sure we develop our way of performing away. We speak about it, we have plans, we do stuff about it. We don't have success, so we need to do more. We need to find more ways. I mean, that's the whole learning process, is to try to do stuff, and then you get better. Right now, we need to find more ways to have a better result away. And I think now we have a big week coming up against Boston away, because we need to pick up points, we need to pick up a performance, we need to bring this team together and make sure we can feel like we are a united team away as well. And then we need to play that game and see where we are again, right? But I think overall, until they score 3-1, it's a very open game. I think Sofia has an open goal. Oliver Moultrie has a really good chance. So it's kind of like everything becomes dark now. Everything becomes like this was the crappiest game ever. It was not. It was decent start of the game, very beautiful goal. We were defending very good as a compact team in the first half. We forgot to do one thing, and then they scored 1-1, so we were punished there. We had the chance to do 2-1 before the end of the first half. They had a great save. And then obviously in the second half, when we don't get the 2-2, we drop too much. We cannot drop like that. That's not Portland Thorns. We shouldn't give our fans that view. That's not acceptable. So that's what we need to fix. But overall, it's not a 5-1 loss in the whole game, but we lose 5-1, and we need to fix that.
Any follow-up? All right. Any questions from you, Melina? If not, we'll end it there. Okay. Thank you.
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.